face you.
Welcome to the Bushido gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and welcome to another well, actually it's not another, it's just my match for the black and white winter seasonal. So this is actually gonna be for round 2. For round 1, I actually got a bye, so I was able to get a free win from that since my opponent didn't even show up. So for round 2, I'm going to be playing Empo, or I played against Empo. So me and Empo, we have played before in the past. We played in Smogon Tour, or it was either Smogon Tour or it was OST, one of those tourneys. But yeah, so I have a little bit of history with him, you know how he plays and everything. He's a very good player, definitely one of the best players in the format right now. So I was pretty excited to play him again. I was just like, ooh, I get to play Empo again. It's going to be tough. But before we get started with this game, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Join my Discord Bushido gang and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also, follow me on my Pokemon and check out my Spogon profile. All those links will be down in the description. So without further ado, let's dive into this game. So looking at the team preview, I was just like, well, I mean, for one, our teams look somewhat similar. At least like 3 of the mons we have on each of our teams, they're pretty much similar and kind of have the same function anyway. But I was looking at my team. And I was just like, man, Terrakion looks so good against them. Because I mean, it pretty much just beats down T-Tar, Pharaoh. Does a lot to Jelly. Does a lot to Reuniclus as well. Beats down the Heatran. So I was just like, I need to prioritize this mon and make sure that I can get it in as much as possible. So I pretty much try and do that throughout this whole match. I also tried to weaken his defensive core of Jelly and Reuniclus with T-Tar. But I did make a couple plays that didn't make too much sense. But we're gonna dive into the game anyway. Let me put this game on fast. All right, so turn 1 he leads with Lando, as I lead with Terrakion. Oh, that's really fast. So like I said, I wanted to prioritize Terrakion being the lead because like I said at team preview, Terrakion looked really good against him. So I wanted to try and make sure that I could get the upper hand. But of course he led with Lando, and he's faster as well, so that told me that he was gonna be Choice Scarf Lando. So I switch out here, going to my own Lando as he goes for the U-turn on the switch in. So now he's going to go into the Ferrothorn right there, get up Hazards as I bring in my Heatran. So he gets up a Spike, goes into Jelly as I get up Rocks on the switch in. And now I switch out, go into Slowking, see what he goes for Scald or whatever. But instead he shows the Nightshade. So that was pretty interesting to see. He brings in a Reuniclus as I go for the Scald. So Scald actually does a decent chunk to that Reuniclus. So that told me that he was most likely some kind of offensive Reuniclus. Or maybe he could have been like defensive, but again, this is me talking like post-game, of course. While I was doing this game, I was just like, okay. I didn't really pay attention to the damage too much. I was just like, okay, I got damage on the Reuniclus. That's all I care about. So I get the burn, not like it really matters since this is a Magic Guard, of course. I bring in the Heatran as he actually goes for the Thunder on the switch in. So the fact he showed Thunder was pretty interesting. Just to be able to, I guess, like, well, actually, the fact he showed Thunder really is interesting because that kind of shows that either he didn't. Well, I mean, he needed to have coverage for like water types, of course, so it makes sense why he went for that. But and also like Skarmory as well, and like other flying types in the in Gen 5 meta. So Thunder breaks my balloon. It didn't really matter too much, honestly. So I was fine with it getting popped. So he goes into Jelly as I go for the Magma Storm. So I'm able to trap the Jealousy and get a little bit of chip on it with Magma Storm. I go for the Earth Power, get some more chip. I was trying to get this with Death Drop so I could actually drop this thing. But unfortunately that's not going to happen. So I'm pretty much forced to bring in my T-Tar, take hazard damage as well from Spikes. He goes for the recovery. Now watch this. Watch this. So Empo is actually going to go for the recovery right here. Goes for the recover. I go for the crunch right as he goes for the recover because I know you tried to predict the pursuit. And then I pursued his ass on the switch in. That was so far. But, I mean, it's not that big of a play, honestly. Lando comes in here. Now he pretty much makes a power move right here. Goes in, as I bring in my Lando, he predicts it and goes for the HPI. So that was a very, very good play on Empo's part, being very aggressive right there. I should have tried to scout for the HPIs instead and probably went into either stayed in with T-Tar, or I could have went like Heatran, because like I said, Heatran was like okay this game. Again, pretty much the only thing I could have done was get up rocks, because I mean like T-Tar, Lando, Jelly to some extent, Renickles could have pretty much like pressed it. So I really didn't value Heatran as much as I should have this game. So I probably should have just went into it instead and just sacked it. But again, that was just something I'm just thinking like later on, or I'm just thinking like right now. I think that's something I should have done, because like I said, it wasn't really going to be that big of a mon to use. I mean, it wasn't going to be that useful afterwards. So because Lando's pretty much weakened to HPS, I actually go for the Stone Edge. I went Stone Edge in case he wanted to stay in and go for HPS again. Yeah, I think that's why I made that play. It was to go for that again. I probably should have like sacked this thing anyway, or maybe went for Superpower on the switch in. Or even went for Quake. Quake would have been good too, just to get the damage off. But I guess I was more concerned with keeping Lando alive for sack fodder later. So I think that's why I pretty much just like stayed in here anyway. So I'm gonna switch out my Lando and I'm gonna go into Heatran as he goes for Leech Seed on the switch in. So again, pretty much predicted that play really comfortably. Brings in the T-Tar as I go for Earth Power to get some chip on this thing. Even if I wanted to switch, he could have pursued it, but he didn't pursue. He pretty much got a Brox and is able to knock me out with the Leech Seed. So now I can bring in Terrakion for free, which is fantastic. And like I said, Terrakion, even right now, looks really good. He's pretty much forced to pick a sack. So he's pretty much going to sack the T-Tar right there. So T-Tar's going to get sacked right here. Chopple doesn't help him because it's Banded Terrakion. Now, I made a crazy play right here. I made a very crazy play as he brought in the Lando. So I was really thinking about this play. I was just like, okay, the only thing I see him doing is going for U-turn, because I was just like, I don't think he's going to go for Quake. Granted, Quake is very free right here, but if he Quakes, then I could bring in Lottie, and then what else could he have done? He would have to take Draco anyway, or I think I had something else on my side. I forgot. I know I had Draco though. But he would have been forced to like pretty much pick a sack. Or not pick a sack, but forced to take damage with Lottie if he went for Earthquake. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to stay in here and predict his U-turn and then try and get some damage on whatever comes in. So he does intimidate me, so I kind of forgot about that. Actually, I did forget about that, but CC does a decent chunk even after -1. So I was just like, okay, this is something. I can take that. I go Lando, sack it, and then he pretty much makes the play to bring in Lando again. Bring Slowking in. And I'm going to try and, like see how much the U-turn does. Slowking is able to take it pretty well since I do have some pretty good defense investment on the Slowking. So I'm able to take it like somewhat comfortably. And I could also take a Quick as well, I believe, at full. Around full. So I bring in Lottie here as he goes for the whip on the switch in. Now, I made a really weird play here, tricking the Ferrothorn. Spoiler alert, I did trick the Ferrothorn. I really don't know why I tricked it. I guess maybe I was thinking that about just having this mon like locked into something, so that way I could potentially try to Draco a little bit more freely and also switch up moves. But like honestly, I think I should have been more aggressive and just went for the Draco anyway for the damage instead of just tricking this thing. Because like what else could I have done? Because like if I just went for the Draco, then I could have brought Terrakion back in and then I could have kept pressuring him. So honestly, that was a pretty bad play on my part to just do this here. And because of that, I'm going to get punished for it as he goes for the Gyro Ball. Going to do a lot to me. At least I take his lefties, but it doesn't really matter. But I am able to get some damage off with the Draco and at least land it. So Ferrothorn's going to drop right there. It's not going to drop. My Latias is going to drop. That's what I mean to say. So now I bring in Slowking. Okay, I don't know why I brought Slowking. Again, I should have brought Terrakion in, but I think I was more concerned with like hazards and everything, and also Lando coming back in, just quaking through everything. So I think that's what I was thinking about. So I wanted to bring in the Renickles, as he does bring in the Renickles, and I go for the Skull. 24 on that is pretty decent, but again, he could pretty much just recover, as I think he does right here. Either he recovered or he went for something else. Yeah, he did recover. So my stupid self, knowing that this Renickles is in here, I was just like, I didn't even think about it. All I thought about was just getting damage off and just going for the crunch. But seeing as how he has this in here, and also he did switch, so that kind of told me that either his Reuniclus doesn't have Focus Blast, or he wanted to put it in, or he wanted me to be in range for Focus Blast after my Chop Up Berry if he was trying to scout for it. Maybe that's what he was thinking. But pretty much he switches right here, and I made a very bad play not pursuing it. If I pursued it that Reuniclus, then Terrakion would have just been free. Literally, it would have just been free to just CC. But I made such a really bad play right there, just letting Terrakion, just letting T-Tar get crunch off on this and not even. Actually, I'm gonna be really sad about this because like when I saw this, I was just like, bro, didn't even kill. I was just like, why? What's the point of running superpower? What's the point of running this move if it doesn't even kill Ferrothorn? So Ferrothorn didn't even drop to the superpower, and I was just like, bro, come on, man, come on, Terrakion. T-Tar. I don't know why I said Terrakion. This isn't a Terrakion, but he's gonna kill me with the Power Whip, which really, really sucked. And I don't even get to kill the Ferrothorn, which I really, really needed. And because I didn't get that off, this game is gonna come to a wrap, honestly. So I Scald on the Reuniclus coming in, not like it really matters, because like I can't even switch in this thing because he probably has Psychic anyway. I go for the Beam, maybe try and predict something else to come in, get a little bit more chip on this thing. He goes Thunder, crits me, and now all I have left is my own Terrakion, and I pretty much just try to go for Stone Edge flinches at this point, or Stone Edge crit, going for the Stone Edge crit. So I tried to get it, I don't get it. It only did 52. Chose Recover again, so yeah, he's just gonna pretty much wall me. Ferrothorn comes in and gets sacked, and then he brings in Lando for free. Lando safely, and then just quakes me, and that's pretty much gonna be the game. So yeah, that's how game 1 ends. So actually, I want to talk about game 2 as well. So for game 2, the match actually didn't get saved because while I was doing game 3. My laptop actually died on me, so I had to restart it. And after I restarted it, my game 2 match was gone. But luckily, Empo saved the first match, but he didn't save the second one. So I should have been more what's the word? I should have just saved it right after I had the game. But I was just way too I was just too pumped for the third game. So if I saved the second one, you guys would have been so impressed by it. But man, and I actually did win that game too, which is why we had a game 3. But like, it was such an amazing game though. It was definitely, a good game though for the second one. But like, oh man, I'm so mad at myself for not saving it. I really am. And also, I'm more mad at my laptop because this thing is trash. I need to get a new one, honestly. I hate how it just restarts randomly out the blue. It just pisses me off. But I'm gonna move on to game 2. Or not game 2, game 3. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here is my game 3 match with Empo. So Empo has a very, very strong looking team compared to mine. But the one thing that is very weak to is Keldeo. As you can see, his whole team gets destroyed by it. Honestly. So this is a team that I actually picked up from one of the forums. It was like an old team with like a defensive Bronzong and then some other stuff. Now unfortunately, no. I meant to say like before I actually battled Empo. I was looking at the team again, just trying to see like what's up with it, like see if everything's good. And then while I was about to set up the game, I found out that Spore is actually banned. I did not know the Sleep Clause is that Spore or is it Sleep Clause? Spore, Sleep Clause, same thing. I didn't actually know that that Spore was actually banned in Gen 5 now. So I had to change the move a little bit. I had to put something else over Spore instead. So I was kind of sad about it. Really was. Because Spore would have been good here. It would have been very good. I don't know why they dropped it or why they Spore is pretty strong here. So, Sleep Clause in general is just really strong. Since I think in Gen 5 it's randomized. I don't think it's guaranteed like 3 turns after you wake up. So, I think that's I'm pretty sure that's part of it. But, anyways, we're going to dive into this game. So turn 1, he leads with Glasgow as I lead with Keldeo. So like I said, Keldeo is fantastic against him. So I wanted to lead off with this Mon right off the bat, because I was just like, I'm gonna make sure that this Mon comes in and is gonna do some damage. So I bring the Keldeo in. He protects the scout for whatever I do. He sees I have Skull, so I wanted to make sure that I lead with this thing, because I was just like, I don't want this thing to get up his orb, but unfortunately I did get it. I go for the Skull on the switch in as he brings in the Rotom. You know, maybe a burn would have been nice, but unfortunately I don't get that. I go into the Amoonguss as he actually goes for the Will-O-Wisp. So goes for the Wisp right there as I go for, I think I went for Sunspore on the switch in. I either went Sunspore or I went Toxic. I might have went Sunspore though. Yeah, I did go Sunspore and I missed. So that was a good plan this part for scouting for whatever I go for. So he brings in the Rotom as I actually go for Keldeo. So great play on his part, bringing the Rotom in, and, you know, pretty much getting back to full. I go for the Secret Sword just to get some damage off as he goes for the Volt Switch. So Volt Switch is going to do a lot to my Keldeo, but I was pretty much fine with it. He brings in the Kyurem. Now here's what's interesting about this Kyurem coming in. The fact he showed off the Kyurem right there really just automatically told me, okay, this man is Choice Scarf. Like, without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind, I was like, okay, you're Choice Scarf. So I switched right out, went into Bronx as he goes for the Fusion Bolt. So I'm able to take it pretty nicely. I believe I went for the Toxic, or I went for Gyro Ball. I think I went Gyro Ball here. Yeah, I did go for the Gyro Ball. This is a decent chunk to the drill. He's going to show lefties right there, so this is definitely some kind of defensive drill. I bring in Lando as he goes for rocks on the switch in. So great play on this part for getting those rocks up. He went into the Mamoswine as I actually went for the HP Ice. So I went HP Ice, expecting him to go Glasgow on my Quake, but he made a better play going Mamoswine. So I think I should have been more aggressive and just went for the Quake instead. Granny does that, like I said, he has 3 immunities to Quake, but like, or I should have went for U-turn. Like either or would have been good, but HPS definitely wasn't the move. So I'm gonna get punished from this. So I go into Bronzong, see what he goes for, see if he goes for the ice move, but he goes for the superpower. So I'm just like, yo, my Bronzong almost died. So also this thing is probably Choice Banded. So that's what I was going off of this whole game. I was just like, okay, this man's Choice Banded. So I believe I went for oh wait, I don't have rocks on this set, I forgot. I go for Protect. I should have went Toxic, honestly. Toxic was a very good play if I went for it. Like, because like if I got this Toxic or even the Mamoswine Toxic, it would have been very good for me. But I don't know why he didn't go into his steals. I think if he went into his steals, it would have been better. Like if he went in a drill or whatever. But maybe he was predicting Quake or something. So or trying to see if I had Quake. So so that was a pretty good play on Empo's part, predicting whatever I would go for. But anyways, I go for the Protect to scout whatever he go for. He goes for the Volt Switch. So this time I was gonna stay in and just go for the Toxic to see if he'd go for Will-O-Wisp. But instead he went for the Volt Switch again as I go for the Toxic on Drill. So I was kind of disappointed. I was just like, okay, alright. So the Drill's in here now. I believe I went for the Protect again. Or actually I switched, I think. No, I went for Quake, yeah. So now he saw that I have Quake. So he baited me right there. Again, good bait. And I fell for it. So what else could I have done? I went for the Protect to get some more recovery. Pretty much at this point, I'm just like, okay, Bronzong's pretty much useless. I can't do much with it. It's already weakened, especially from the Mamoswine. So I was just like, all right, I'm just going to keep this round for a little bit longer. And then this man goes for the, okay, wait, never mind. That's not the play. That's not the play. That wasn't the turn, actually. But there was a turn where he actually made a very aggressive play with the Rotom. So go for the U-turn. Bad play on my part, bringing the Amoonguss in. I think I should have went Magnezone on, well, no, honestly, like, any play I would have made, like, right there, going for the U-turn. Like, going for the U-turn was actually the best play for me to make, but, like, there was nothing else I could have really, like, done to prevent one of his Ice types from coming in. So, yeah, Kieran Black comes in. As I go for the Sunspore, I think, on the switch-in. Or, actually, I think I wanted to see what he'd go for. So, he actually went for the Dragon Claw. Now, luckily, my Amoonguss is able to take it, and I'm able to paralyze the Kieran. So, great. But my Amoonguss is very weakened right now. So I bring in the Magnezone because I'm just like, okay, it's time for me to bring in the Magnezone and put some hurt on him. So he brings in the Rotom. I go for the substitute right here. I should have no, honestly, I made the right play going for the sub right here. But what I should have done on the following turn was go for T-Bolt anyway. But I think I did anyway. Yeah, I did. So pretty much Empo's just gonna try and play around this, see what I go for. Pretty much try to like weaken or lower my not lower my stuff, but pretty much just try and like play around my sub and everything. So go for the T-Bolt again. I should have went Flash Cannon at least like once, but I didn't. So I end up going for the HP Fire. I get some damage on Drill, but like it's not that much since he's split def on this thing anyway. So I have to go into Bronzong and pretty much sack it, and then I have to bring in Keldeo. So gonna sack the Bronzong here, bring in the Keldeo right now. I believe I bring in the Keldeo. Yeah, I do bring in the Keldeo. And now I believe, okay, so he goes for the Protect right here. As I go for the Secret Sword. So like I said, Keldeo is very strong here. So his only switch in is Latios. So he brings in the Lati as I go for the Scald on the switch in. So now he sees I can switch on my moves. So now he's pretty much seeing that, okay, he's some kind of like defensive set or something. So I bring in Titar as not that great of a play, but I wanted to get up rocks here. So I believe I either stayed in to take the pump or I switched out and went to Amoonguss. I think I switched back into Amoonguss. Yeah, I did. So as he goes for the pump right here, no, actually he went for the Willow instead. So went for the Willow. Again, trying to keep Amoonguss around as much as possible, but like it's honestly getting like weaker at this point. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just not gonna keep this around. So this man predicts me hard. He goes for the pump on the switch, and I'm just like, yo, this man is real. Like when he went for the pump, I was just like, why? Also, I think this was the point, or it was either this turn or the turn after, where my laptop actually died on me. So I was pretty much like out of the chat for like 30, 40, like 60 seconds, I think. So yeah, when that happened, I was just like, whoa, calm down. Like the pump really hit me. I was just like, yo. But yeah, I pretty much come back now. Now my Amoonguss is in here. As he goes for the Volt Switch, I go for the Giga Drain as he brings in Gliscor. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, I have to be aggressive. Giga Drain didn't even do that much, honestly. So, granted, I can still keep this mon around, but like Amoonguss is really starting to look more and more useless. So he goes for the Quake, and now I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I'm just gonna go Keldeo now and just start setting up and try to break through him. So bringing the Keldeo now, as he's gonna Protect right here on my Calm Mind. So I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I'm tired of these games. It's time. It's time for me to actually do some damage. So I bring in the Keldeo now, get the Calm Mind up. He goes Kyurem as I go for the Secret Sword. Actually, no, I went for Skull, didn't I? Yeah, I went for the Skull. Skull does a lot. Secret Sword will definitely knock out the Kyurem. So he pretty much just sacks it here because like it does not speed anything. It's pretty much gonna die. So he lets it drop right there. Now Lottie comes in, I think. Yeah, Latios comes in. I say Magnet Zone because I don't need it at this point, and also it's just really weakened. So he goes for the Surf, pretty much to knock me out. I go into Titar, Pursuit this thing, pretty much. So yeah, I do Pursuit this thing as he goes for the Surf. Surf does a lot, but Pursuit will knock him out right here, I believe. Yes, it does with the crit. A crit definitely mattered right there. So now he brings in Drill pretty much, or no, Mamo. He brings in the Mamo. I was thinking he'd go for Ice Shard, but he actually didn't. So he went for the Quake instead. So I still have a chance to come back with the Keldeo, but at the same time I don't. If I had, like a little bit more HP, then maybe. But I'm going to kill the Mamo, but I pretty much decided to stand, and that's going to be the game. So yeah. This game really oh man. This really could have been a much closer game. Had one, my laptop didn't freeze on me and just restart on me. That was so stupid. And two, I definitely should have sacked Bronzong a lot sooner. Like if I got the Toxic on Rotom, I just played it a little bit smarter, then I think I could have had it. Same thing with Magnet Zone too. Again, he pivoted around really nicely again with it. Again, switching between all three of these mons. So I literally should have went for Flash Cannon once. Then I would have been in a much better position. But again, I didn't think about it. I just wanted damage on whatever came in, and that's just not the way you're supposed to play this game, honestly. Just not, or the way you're supposed to play this team. But all I can say is that Bronzong really didn't do as much as I wanted to. Again, it could have done a lot more, but I just didn't play it smart at all. But it was actually decent though. It did what it could. I'll say that. But yeah, Keldeo. I definitely should have set up with Keldeo a lot sooner. Had I set up with it sooner, then I could have broke it. Then I could have broke through him a lot easier too. But yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be like another, if it's a double elimination for the winner, for the Black and White Winter Seasonal. I know it is for the Uber one, so I do have a chance to come back in round 3. But I don't know about this one, so I might just be out now. But still, despite me not saving the second game, because man, that second game was so far. Oh man, the second game was so far. I really wish I saved it. I really do. Oh man, but that's gonna be it for my matches for the Black and White Winter Seasonal. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna be around for round 3 or for round 3. I don't know. But that's pretty much gonna cover my matches. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys have a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord Bushido gang, and subscribe for some more content on the channel. Also follow me on my Pokeamino, and check out my Smokegun profile. All those links will be down in the description. And yeah, so I will see y'all in the next one, and peace out.